Welcome back, folks. It is a wonderful Wednesday evening. I'm Josephine Sage. Let's take a quick peek at the forecast. As we take a look outside right now at America's Mattress Live Tower Cam, a little bit of some eerie-looking clouds that could be giving us some showers in those later evening hours. And if we take a look at those weather headlines, we're looking at, well, temperatures that are lower than those seasonal averages with an increase in temperatures expected for the weekend. We're staying about 10 degrees below what we're typically used to throughout the end of the work week, at least until Saturday and Sunday. And showers are going to continue all the way with us at least until Friday in those early evening hours. I want to remind you, summer is just 7 days away. June 21st is just around the corner. And speaking of those temperatures getting warmer, those allergies are still out and about. Those trees are still on that low end of things. Grasses on that really, really high end in terms of irritations for you in the air. Weeds on that low end, and some moderate mold pollen actually still hanging out with us. And I want to talk about our short-term forecast first. I've been talking about showers all week this week, and as we take a look at Wednesday well, in just a couple of hours, we've got a lot of action hanging on out over Grand Junction right now. Montrose a little bit in the clear, but even over in the Gunnison Basin, some action headed our way. And same Thursday in those early morning hours, clearing of skies. But then we'll take a look one step forward Thursday in those afternoon hours. Widespread showers along those northern Rocky Mountains. Could be expecting 3, maybe even 4 inches of rain in the next 24 to 48 hours, headed towards the front range, and Thursday evening, a lot of action along that I-70 corridor. Vail could be getting again also up to 4 inches. But for us, we're still expecting less than 1/4 of an inch of total accumulation in those hours. And speaking of all of these storms that are kind of headed on in our way, I want to talk about monsoon season. That's essentially ranging from mid-June to late September, and it's not just one certain big storm. It's a collective of wet storms and rainstorms that are continuing with us all the way through the hot season. And make sure that you're staying weather aware. If you have heard the sonic boom, make sure that you go inside. And those monsoons create large downburst winds, so keep that in mind. Could get a lot windy in the next couple of months when there's big storms coming on through. Right now, 81 degrees in Grand Junction, 73 in Montrose. And if we take a look at those wind speeds, mild right now, Montrose is feeling 14 miles an hour. We could be getting up into 25, maybe even 35 miles an hour as these storms kind of roll on in. And tonight, 56 in Grand Junction, 50 in Montrose. We'll take a look into that rainfall potential for tomorrow after all those storms kind of roll on in. Those morning hours relatively quiet. Early afternoon, late morning, looking that moisture is quickly increasing with that isolated flood risk, especially in those northern Rockies. In the evening hours, moving on towards those northern Rockies, leaving us with pretty clear skies. We'll take a look at that extended forecast because we're hanging out at 80 degrees today, Friday 77. That weekend still in those 70s, at least until Sunday, when it's finally going to start increasing closer to that 90-degree range for the first time this year, hopefully carrying us into the early work week where those drier temperatures are hanging out for the long run. Montrose, same kind of trend, of course, hanging out in those 70s for a while with rain on the way and then dry airs headed for the early week.